of all, take shoes off. Leave your shoes at the door. Come on in. But before we get started, make sure you put 7 in the comments. Check your DMs. I'm gonna give you away. Well, I'm going to give away. Not I'm going to give you away. I'm going to give away 7 free days of my online workout program. So put 7 in the comments. Check your DMs. Claim your 7 free days. Claim your 7 free days. And also, shout out to Tia. Tia joined last week. And essentially, she lost 6 pounds her first week. Come on, Tia. That's what I'm talking about. Tia getting Kenyafied. Tia getting snatched. And Tia's about ready to shut down the spring because, again, if you want to look awesome and amazing for the spring, this is when you work. This is when you put your big girl draws on and you like, shoot, I'm locking and loading. I'm locking in because, again, you know you got trips. You got all kind of cool stuff coming up and you want to look good and phenomenal. So, again, shout out to Tia, who's just absolutely killing the program now. She's on pace to drop 24 pounds in a month. And, again, that's how we roll. So, let's go. Shout out to Tia. And, again, if you want to hop on the assembly line to find Shimon, I look forward to coaching you personally. And, again, once the 7 days are over, it's only $30 a month to hang out on the program. I'm going to coach you personally. We're going to put you on a private page. And essentially, we're going to work out together along with the other bricks from all over the planet who are absolutely crushing it. And when I tell you, those ladies are crushing it, those ladies are crushing it. You'll see, like, folks who have already dropped 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 pounds. And we do that by design because we want to pair you up and partner up with people who have already crushed the program. So it kind of motivates you because if you're around people and you're in the proximity of people who are already doing what you're trying to do, yeah, it inspires you to do better and it motivates you to be around people who have already conquered their giants. Okay, so are you ready for me to step on your toes today? Hey, Eddie Sean, if you're ready for me to step on your toes today, put the shoe emoji because I got to give you some life homework. So put the shoe emoji if you're ready for me to step on your toes because we hanging out. I'm going to come back later on too and hang out with you this evening because I know my evening people love when I pop up in the evening, so I'm going to pop up in the evening too. Let me see. Hey, Miss T Baby. I got Miss T Baby up in here. Okay, now, life homework. Stop living in the gap and start living in the game. So you say, what do you mean by that, Coach? Well, currently I'm reading a book called The Gap in the Game. It's by Dr. Benjamin Hardy. It's also by Dan Sullivan. Dan Sullivan is awesome. Dr. Benjamin Hardy is awesome. And one of the things that they talk about in this book, and I would suggest this book, go out and get the book, The Gap in the Game. One of the things they always talk about is essentially you can't enjoy your life because you're constantly focused on what you don't have, or you're constantly moving the bar and you're constantly moving the standard. So let's say it's 20 pounds, okay? You want to lose 20 pounds. Under the mindset of the gap, you're not happy about your 20 pounds because you're thinking, well, I still got 60 more to go. So you can't enjoy your 20 because you're focused on how many more pounds you got to go. Or let's say you have a good job or a great relationship. You can't enjoy those things because you're thinking next level, or you're always comparing yourself to everybody else. So you can't enjoy what you currently have because you're always locked in on what you don't have. If you're guilty of that, throw your hand up, please. Just throw your hand up because I know I got some folks up in here who are guilty of that. Start living in the game. And the game is all about looking backwards. So you base yourself and you judge yourself based upon how far you've come. You're looking backwards. It's kind of like if you're making $100,000 a year, you look back to the time when you were making 15, 20, 25,000 a year. If it's weight, you're excited that you've lost 40 pounds because you can remember a time when you couldn't lose weight to save your life. It's time to start living your life in the game. You start appreciating your life a whole lot more when you live in the game. You're a lot more grateful when you live in the game. You focus on the abundance of life when you live in the game versus focusing on the things that you wish you had / you don't have. Understand that it's coming. But here's what I know for sure. If you don't appreciate what you have, you'll never get what you're supposed to have because you don't appreciate it. How many times have you heard your parents say, well, you ain't going to get blessed with nothing else because you don't even appreciate what you have? They knew what they were talking about. Because again, if you don't appreciate what you have, why should God bless you with more? Because if he blesses you with more, all it's going to do is create more for you to complain about. And that's not what life is about. It's about enjoying what you have. And don't get me wrong, you can be dissatisfied with where you are because you know you should be doing better. But at the same time, you still have to enjoy where you are because it's not where you used to be. And it takes the pressure up off yourself. Because a lot of y'all who are watching me, you put way too much pressure on yourself. You get discouraged easily because you're always judging yourself based upon where you think you should be. That's no way to live. And you'll never attain anything because what happens is eventually you'll get fatigued. You'll get tired. You'll get extremely tired because you'll be the main one beating yourself up when you're not at that standard. And you think you should have been at that standard months ago, years ago. So you'll never achieve. So if you agree to start living more in the game instead of always dealing with the gap, put the word game in the comment section for me, please. And if this message was for you, because you always beating yourself down and you're always looking at the glass half empty instead of half full, say you talking to me, coach, you got to start putting a good spin on your life. That's the beautiful thing about politics and sports. When I played ball at Clemson, if we lost, our sports information director, his name was Tim Beret. Tim Beret would always find a silver lining whenever stuff went to press. We could have lost by 45 points, but he will have made up something. He will have made up some kind of record that one of the players had accomplished. The player don't even know he accomplished it, but Tim gonna find some kind of way of spinning it to where it's like, hey, we lost by 45, but Kenya Crooks just set a record for having 6 catches and a half, and that's never been done before. I'm like, I didn't even know that. For real. That's how you have to spend your life. You have to find the silver lining. Again, you gotta stay in the game instead of always living in the gap. Okay? So if you agree, say I got you, coach. Because again, we living in the game, baby. We're gonna find the silver lining with everything because everything is happening for you, not to you. Okay? Everything is happening for you. Everything is working for your good. Okay? But you got to allow it to. So that's what's up. So love y'all. Again, put 7 in the comments to get 7 free days of my online workout program. Let's lose 5 pounds together this week. And let's get ready to shut down the spring. Again, if you're trying to get rid of your FUPA, if you're trying to go from gut to what, If you got 20 to 30 to 40 pounds to lose, come on. I'm spotting you the first 5. And then again, after the 7-day trial is over, it's just $30 a month to stay on the program. $1 a day to work on your fine, to work on your sexy, to work on your next level self. And again, I'm going to coach you personally. So love y'all. Be good. Happy Monday. I'm gone.